Hello, my name is Adam McDaniel, and today I will be talking about autonomous vehicles in the supply chain. When discussing autonomous vehicles in the supply chain, I think it is first important to talk about where we are currently with the technology that provides for the autonomous vehicles. So there are 5 different levels of autonomy in these vehicles. So first of all, there's level 1, and this involves basic assistance. So this is things like anti-lock braking systems and cruise controls, things that are very common on most cars today. Level 2 corresponds with semi-autonomous driving. So this is things like the car being able to control its distance, can stay in a lane, and just basically like if you get stuck in a traffic jam, it'll read it and it could turn on the brakes, things like this. Level 3 is when you can have a fully autonomous vehicle, but only in certain situations. So this would be a situation when like you're driving and you're just cruising along a highway and you need to have a driver behind the wheel, but you could turn on the autonomy and the car will drive itself in this situation. Level 4 is a fully autonomous vehicle, but still requires a driver behind the wheel. This is things like what Tesla is working on right now. So you can have the driver, the car will drive itself, it'll park itself, it'll stop, it'll go, it'll read the signs, but it is not a perfect system. And level 5, which is where we are not quite to yet, but this is perfect autonomy. So this would be a situation where the car can drive itself, there's no need to have a driver at all, and the car is fully autonomous. Now, there are a lot of benefits associated with incorporating autonomous vehicles into the supply chain. First of all, it would save on shipping costs. Now, the main cost that would be decreased is the cost of humans. These would be the cost of labor, the cost of insurance in case a human gets in an accident, the cost of a human taking a less efficient route or a wrong turn, and the cost of a person having to take a rest break at night. Now, with the humans not having to take a rest break and there being less chance of a person making an error because it would be the autonomous vehicle driving, this would cause a drastic decrease in lead times, leading to more efficient shipping. Next, it would also solve the driver shortage problem. It is estimated that in the US, there is a shortage of 60,000 trucking drivers. This leads to trucks being overpacked. This leads to truck drivers having to drive in unsafe conditions or unsafe amounts. So autonomous vehicles would not only increase the safety, but also increase the number of trucks you could have on the road. Finally, this would lead to a change in distribution centers in that all these autonomous vehicles would be working in sync and they could operate much more efficiently. And as a result, you could have many more smaller distribution centers all around the country. This would lead to not only more shorter lead times, but also just a more efficient and more effective supply chain. Now, there are a lot of companies that are already incorporating autonomous vehicles into their supply chain. One such company is Rio Tinto in Australia. Rio Tinto has 80 autonomous vehicles in its supply chain, and as a result, in 2016, it saw 1,000 additional trucking hours from these vehicles, in addition to 15% lower load and haul unit costs than conventional trucks. Another company is Enride in Sweden, and basically this company has been using electronic autonomous trucks to haul pallets between various warehouses. And finally, Tesla, who is seen as a leader in the autonomous vehicle industry, has been investing in building semi-trucks already. And as a result, when the autonomous technology meets these semi-trucks, it will bring more autonomy to the US and other places around the world in their supply chains. Now, there's a lot of potential moving forward for autonomous vehicles in the supply chain. One such potential opportunity would be truck fleets. Now, these would basically be massive groups of trucks all hauling material, all led by one leader truck, and this would allow for more raw material or more finished goods to be transported and arrive in one location at the same time. Another opportunity is further, if not full, automation of the supply chain. Now, while 24/7 supply chain routes is still a long way off, this would allow for things like cross-docking to have happened where one truck pulls up, the other truck pulls up immediately, and all these trucks are just completely in sync. And it would just allow for much, much more efficiency in the supply chain and very, very little human interaction. And as a result of this, this could eliminate, if not at least drastically reduce human error, because human error is the number one reason why supply chain routes and why anything goes awry. And without this human error, with computers controlling everything, with cloud-based ERP systems controlling everything, human error could be a thing of the past. Thank you.